The Windy City is a beacon of hope amidst the Chicago Blackhawks' ongoing struggles. As of August 6th, many teams still have time to make additional moves before the season kicks off. However, the Blackhawks are unlikely to be in the mix for new players, as any new additions are likely to be aimed at teams that can compete for the Stanley Cup or at least make a playoff run. This means the team you see skating into Chicago this season is the one you're going to get. And while many might be pessimistic, I have a glimmer of optimism heading into the 2025-26 season. The team is a year older, and their star player, Connor Bedard, has even more NHL experience under his belt. But here's where it gets controversial. The Montreal Canadiens, despite not having a generational talent, have managed to build a strong team with players like Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Juraj Slafkovsky, and Patrick Laine at forward, plus a dynamic defenseman in Lane Hutson. So there are cornerstones. But the Hawks have that generational piece in Connor Bedard, plus a supporting cast that includes proven winners like Tyler Bertuzzi, Teuvo Teravainen, and now Andrei Burakovsky. It's why I have a tough time counting them out, especially if Alex Vlasic and Artyom Levshunov take significant leaps. And then there's Ryan Donato, who's poised for another good season. The Chicago Blackhawks only need to exceed expectations, and they'll entice veterans. With 100 years of history, the Blackhawks and the city of Chicago are hockey royalty. That's a given. And the Blackhawks aren't like the Buffalo Sabres or even the Florida Panthers for that matter. And I'm using two extremes here on purpose in terms of recent franchise success. Even when the Sabres looked like they were about to break their playoff drought earlier in the decade following the 2022-23 season. The place never looked like a hotbed for hockey. Even when they thought they had something following the 2023-24 season, albeit a decrease in production, it was still tough to entice any real talent to call Buffalo home. I mean, Kevin Adams basically admitted nobody wanted to come to Buffalo. And then there's Sunrise, Florida, which is the hockey capital of the world at the moment because of its back-to-back Stanley Cups and the fact it'll host the Winter Classic in 2026. Still, when were the Panthers on anyone's radar, even when they were sort of good before their attempt at a dynasty? When the Panthers, just like any team, are winning, they're going to get immense coverage. But when they're even enjoying a solid season that might end in a first-round exit from the playoffs, you're not going to see them get as much coverage as, say, the Blackhawks. I mean, they played in the most recent Winter Classic. And you can probably figure out why that is. Why this matters regardless of what era it is. While there's a salary cap in hockey, there's still leverage that your larger, more historical markets hold over those smaller markets. It's why it's rare to see talent in Buffalo unless the Sabres are winning, despite the fact you can call the city a hockey town. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania has long been regarded as one of the best places for hockey in America. But before the Crosby era and Mario Lemieux left his prime, interest was so-so during a good season. But other than that, it was really nothing doing. As for Chicago, they've proven in the past that turning the needle north just a little will entice talent to come in from the outside. And that will be the case again once this team starts playing respectable hockey. Chicago is a large market and one so rich with history in the sport that players will want to be a piece of the puzzle for that next run. It also gets a whole lot more attention and national coverage, even during those down seasons. Hence, the 2025 Winter Classic and the season opening game in 2025 to 2026. Don't expect that trend to go to the wayside anytime soon, even if the Blackhawks can't figure out how to win just yet. And this is the part most people miss. The Blackhawks' historical significance and market size give them an edge that smaller markets can't match. So, what do you think? Will the Blackhawks' rich history and market size be enough to attract top talent? Or will they need to prove themselves on the ice first? Let's discuss in the comments.